Alright guys, we actually have another huge video with a ton of leaks for Modern Warfare multiplayer. I want to go through some more stuff as to what we're going to be seeing within this beta this weekend, and then also some new leaks regarding the game itself, some features that are in the game, and some features that will not be in the game. Hint, no prestiging, and some updates on the minimap, which we'll talk about later in the video, which is honestly just insane, but we'll get into that here. A lot of crazy stuff to go through here. I'm surprised we're getting so many leaks. I didn't think we could continue to get leaks, but we still are. So let's get straight into this here. First, let's go through a bunch of the important beta information, some updates. So the beta will be 40 to 50 gigabytes after all of the updates, not 60. That was due to backup maps in the beta build in case some of them were to not work. Carver's Quarry was shown at the end of the beta trailer. There are helicopters on each side of the map that will spawn by default, and again, that is the map, that's the ground war map, not the normal 6v6 map. I'm actually going to play the beta trailer, a little bit of it in the background, because a bunch of the new maps that we have not seen are in this trailer at different scenes. I also want to mention I gave away a bunch of beta codes for Modern Warfare in my other video yesterday, but I feel like a lot of people aren't going to claim them. So go down below to my Twitter, and I have a tweet there. Just leave a like on that tweet, and I'll give out a bunch more beta codes to you guys if you want them. So some more information here. The first few days of the beta will feature a lock on the modes that people can pick. There will instead be a quick play feature to put you in a random match. After 3 days, the player will be able to pick what game modes you want to play. So it's actually very interesting, and I sort of do like this idea. And again, it's the beta, and I talked about yesterday, I thought level 10 for the beta was too low, and I did realize that, you know what, it isn't a beta. It makes sense for it to be just level 10, and here this is an interesting way to get people to experience all of the different modes of the beta and not just go to one mode that's your favorite. You know, the point of the beta is to test out all of the different game modes and test everything out and make sure it's all good and give Infinity Ward feedback. So having it locked for the first 3 days and letting you just go into all these different random modes and random matches actually probably would be a pretty good idea for us and for the developers as well. This is only to test matchmaking for the main game. The modes in the beta will constantly be changed throughout, so expect good variety, but not all will be active at once. So again, like I said, we already talked about that. It's to test the matchmaking and stuff, but also throughout the beta, every couple of days, the first weekend and the second weekend, we're going to have new modes added to the game. They want to test out everything. Ground War, as we talked about yesterday, won't be available until weekend 2, and there's going to be a bunch of different modes we don't even know about yet that will be added. New maps probably as well, new weapons, and all of that cool stuff throughout the cycle of the beta. Here's a pretty big list of the modes within the beta, probably some more, but here are the ones right now. 20 player domination, 20 player TDM, standard TDM, standard domination, headquarters, the night vision playlist, gunfight, 32v32, ground war, tactical realism, and then 10v10 is no longer actually considered ground war in the game. It's just a different version, or I don't know if it's going to be literally called 20 player domination, but we'll see what it's called. Who cares what it's really actually titled in the game. And also the gunfight game mode there, that's going to be a separate playlist, and then within the gunfight playlist you'll have that same variety of maps that you saw within the gunfight alpha for the PS4 users. Maybe we'll have a new gunfight map or two, but for the most part that's obviously going to be separated from the normal game mode. So it's not like you're going to be going into the beta, one game you're going to have domination, and then the next game you're just going to have gunfight out of nowhere. Gunfight will be sectioned off, so that's good as well. But a lot of cool game modes here to test out within this beta. It's going to be very exciting. Another thing here with a game mode, no search and destroy within the beta, he means, but there is cyber attack, which is a variation of search and destroy, almost like search and rescue, sort of. It's a bit different. It's really cool though. You can plant the bomb anywhere you want, I'm pretty sure. So we'll test that out obviously when the beta comes. Here is the information that I really wanted to get through, because this is just again going to be possibly one of those next big controversies of Modern Warfare. Just to go through them quickly, we had the journalists back in May and June. We had the minimap back in August. Now this could be the next big one. Hopefully it isn't, but it's interesting. So Game Revolution tweets out, bro, prestige is key. I think you're going to need to change your name to just is key. Oh man. And someone responded, don't do this to me. What are we supposed to work towards to keep us grinding? There's a new system. And then Prestige is Key is trying to figure out, I'm going to need you to elaborate on this. And the Gaming Revolution obviously is talking about prestiging. So doesn't say it outright there, but prestiging no longer within the game. That's very interesting. Obviously, he says it's going to be replaced with a new system, and I saw a bunch of replies to this tweet, and they were pretty much all just like, oh, we don't like this. And someone was saying, why do they have to keep on changing such little small stuff that doesn't need to be changed? And again, this is another situation where I'm obviously open-minded. I think as long as there's a new system, a new way to upgrade, I'm fine with it. Obviously, prestiging is iconic, and I still want them to make it so grinding levels is rewarding. So as long as they make it rewarding and they make it really cool and interesting, if they find a new way and the new way is different and unique and works, then I'm all for it, and we'll just have to see how that is. And maybe obviously they can't show it within the beta because the beta level cap is only level 30, so I guess we'll have to see when the full game comes out how it's going to work. But it's just going to be weird to not have prestiging in a Call of Duty, the first Call of Duty in pretty much forever, to not have prestiging. So definitely let me know what you guys think about this. I think everyone should be open-minded. It's not that big of a deal, and it could be a pretty decent change. Not a big thing, but a cool change for the game. Now, here's an update on the minimap. So, quote from one of my sources, we heard the community. We heard about the one thing you don't want changed. We found a middle ground for you. So, someone's responded, it's so much better without a minimap. I'm hoping they don't add it back. So, they found a middle ground that will please people who like the change and those who don't. So obviously he didn't really say yet, and maybe the Game Revolution will leak tomorrow, or we'll just have to wait until the beta to see what this minimap is going to look like. But I'm pretty sure what the change with the middle ground is that the minimap is now up on screen. You could see your teammates, you can see a bunch of different stuff, but you still can't see when people are shooting on the map. So when enemies are shooting on the minimap, you're not going to see those red dots, but you'll be able to see like your surroundings and your teammates and the arrows of those teammates on the screen. And then obviously when you get a UAV, those UAV dots will pop up. I'm pretty sure that is what the minimap is for a middle ground. That's actually what I wanted, sort of, if they were going to do some middle ground. That's what I talked about back in August. I wonder if they watched my video and did that, because that'd be pretty interesting. But we'll have to see exactly what that is when the beta happens, and maybe we'll like it, maybe we won't like it. We'll just have to see. So some more stuff here. There will only be one nuke in multiplayer, but that does not mean it's the only nuke in the game. The nuke is game ending. The nuke will not change the appearance of the map, and it's a 30 gun streak. So again, it's game ending. It's not going to be like some COD Ghost stuff where the chem strike or blew everything up, and then all of a sudden you have all this crazy stuff falling over, like Strike Zone after the chem strike, and all these different maps just looked completely different. It's not going to be like that. Just going to be, game ending, and that's it. And also someone said, this is actually some Battle Royale stuff regarding the nukes, and we're trying to figure out if the Battle Royale stuff has the nukes, has that second nuke. So someone said, tell your source we want BR. I'm hurting for news over here. Please don't make me play Blackout anymore. And the guy said, okay, we have multiple nukes incoming. Get in and get out. Again, referring to Battle Royale, I think we already assumed that second nuke, maybe third and fourth nukes, will be within Battle Royale, so that's going to be pretty cool to see how they implement that. And some more multiplayer stuff, really multiplayer stuff, specifically with the game, not necessarily the beta, but no demolition within the beta. Also, the AUG is going to be within the beta as well. That's going to be very cool to use. Here's a really exciting tweet here. Rust, more info soon. So again, I know for the most part we're talking about the beta, but obviously this could carry over to the main game, and I don't think, according to any of the leaks, it's not saying that Rust was in the beta, a part of the beta map, so we're probably not going to play on Rust in the beta. That will most likely be on launch, but I have a feeling that Rust may not even be a multiplayer map and may be a part of Battle Royale. So again, once the Gaming Revolution specifies what he's talking about here, obviously Rust has something to do with the game because he's saying more info soon on Rust. Rust is going to be a part of Modern Warfare, but is it going to be a part of a multiplayer map, or is it going to be a part of Battle Royale? Obviously, I would love for it to be a multiplayer map. Rust remastered would be so cool, especially for custom games, but if it's part of BR, that would be pretty sick as well. So we'll just have to wait and see. So a couple more stuff with Battle Royale. Instead of a shrinking circle, the gas storm collapse, whatever it's actually called, it can leave behind nukes that are randomly dropped across the map over the course of the match. And Game Revolution responded, who said it was only a circle? Just a little hint there as to what BR is going to be like. Obviously, when the circle comes in most Battle Royale games, the game, the map gets smaller, then you get to the middle, and it's changed. Fortnite changed it up a little bit. PUBG started doing it too, where the circle went in at different locations. But this, I don't know what I guess it's not only going to be a circle, you're going to have squares coming in, you're going to have it come in on all different shapes. I mean, I don't know exactly what he means there. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And here's a follow-up tweet with that. They've changed Battle Royale so much from my initial leak. I'll explain its current state in due time. It stands on its own now as being unique among other Battle Royales. That's very good. Obviously, if Call of Duty was going to make another Battle Royale for, you know, Modern Warfare, it had to be interesting. It had to be like worth our time. Obviously, Infinity Ward, they're not really making it. They're working on it sort of, but it's obviously Raven Software, a separate studio working on Battle Royale. So it's not like they're taking time out of their day to really focus on Battle Royale, but they're probably having some sort of effort and a say into what Battle Royale is going to be like. And they're crafting, I think, something very interesting. They're still working on it. They're probably still going to be working on it for the next couple months. It won't release until 2020, as we've talked about before. But if it's different and if it's actually pretty good, honestly, it's a good thing. And for all the people that hated on Battle Royale being Call of Duty again, I guess, you know, we'll just have to eat our words and just enjoy it and play it. Because low-key, I mean, I didn't really want Battle Royale, but I thought, you know what, if it's good, why not just enjoy it? So thank you guys for watching. A ton of leaks there within this video. Again, leave a comment below beta if you watched the whole video. It's greatly appreciated. Some huge videos recently on. I mean, there's just been so much information. It's honestly insane. So thank you guys for watching, and yeah, see you guys later.